Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. I am delighted to be here at the University of Melbourne, a hallowed seat of learning. This institution has been at the forefront of scholarship, creativity, and academic excellence ever since its birth in 1853. The works of Nobel laureates Professor Peter Doherty and Professor Elizabeth Blackburn have illuminated its global stature and reputation. The university has indeed lived up to its founding motto Postera Crescam Laude, which means may I grow in the esteem of future generations. We live in knowledge driven world. Our two countries share a special bond when it comes to education and learning. I am therefore happy to be sharing my thoughts with you on the Australia India Knowledge Partnerships, a key aspect of our bilateral ties. Before I do so, I wish to acknowledge the seminal contribution of scholars such as A. L. Basham, Robin Jeffrey, and Richard Cashman to Indian studies in Australia and the world at large. Ladies and gentlemen, cross flows of knowledge and ideas have been at the center of human civilization since times immemorial. Right through the ages, India has had flourishing engagement with peoples, communities, empires, and nations through education. Great institutions of learning in our country, such as the Nalanda University, considered the oldest in the world, attracted many students from across the world. At its peak in the 7th century AD, it had 10,000 students from far and wide studying philosophy, religion, law, and science to its campus. That was a different era. Today's knowledge, connection, and cooperation and its context are vastly different. We have to collaborate to propel our globalized world. We have to engage with each other to empower trans global communication and commerce, and we have to research and innovate as partners to find answers to global challenges. My dear students, as friends and as partners, India and Australia are very fortunate. We have so much in common. Our vibrant multicultural democracy, free press, independent judicial system, and the English language bring us close together, and more so when all this is so passionately wrapped in our shared love for cricket and hockey and Master Chef. Our strong foundation of togetherness has laid the base for our ever growing knowledge partnership. This has happened principally through two streams: education cooperation and scientific collaboration. On both these counts, we have done well, but we can definitely expand the ambit and bring more knowledge areas to work on. I will come back to them a little later. Australia ranks the second most preferred destination for higher education for Indian students. Today, there are close to 85,000 Indian students in various parts of this country. Under the new Colombo plan of your government, more than 1,500 Australian undergraduates have studied and completed internships in India in the last few years. Added to this, Australian academies and universities have ongoing collaborations and programs in India. Our centers of learning are also exchanging ideas for curriculum development, pedagogy, and training. Education, as you know, is a force multiplier. Our governments have rightly identified it as priority area for bilateral cooperation. I am happy to note that education has been chosen as the flagship sector for Australia in the India Economic Strategy commissioned by your government. In our education engagement, student exchange plays an important role. This is a mutually beneficial proposition. While Indian students receive world class education on your campuses, they are able to provide skill options for the local economy and indeed for the global human resource pool. We are also learning from your globally renowned skill development programs. They are complementing our Skill India mission, where we are aiming to train 150 million people over the next few years. Ladies and gentlemen, now coming to our scientific collaboration and research. This forms the core of our knowledge engagement. The Australia India Strategic Research Fund has stood us in good stead. On my visit, the two countries have renewed their commitment to the fund, adding a matching contribution of 10 million Australian dollars each. Australia today is among the top 5 research partner countries for India, and the fund is Australia's biggest investment in research collaboration with any single country. It has brought together over 90 top universities and research institutions on both sides. Joint research projects in the field of e-waste, trauma management, energy, biomedical devices, nanotechnology, agriculture, and water systems have spawned new products and technologies for the betterment of our lives. A successful project involving your esteemed university and the Indian Institute of Petroleum has led to the development of a technology whereby flare gas is being converted into methanol. This is helping us conserve energy and provide cleaner cooking options to our people through methanol blending with LPG. Another project involving University of Adelaide and ICRISAT in India has developed a stress tolerant chickpea variety.